is Adrian, right? Who am I? I'm a husband, son, father, son-in-law, brother to my sister. In the military as well. This is what I've been working for the past 20 years. And since 2013, again, I'll just share that I've been a coach, trainer, and facilitator. So we talked a little bit about this earlier. So I just want to highlight again, and just to encourage all of us just to participate later. And thank you for typing into a chat box to also to tell me, right, that you can't see the screen. So I apologize for that. All right, so today's learning outcome, there are three. I think I just want to share, of course, because it's only a short 1 to 1.5 hour webinar. The importance of resilience. I think that's especially now in the COVID-19, you notice that this is even more important now, to be more resilient in the changing times that we're facing in this era. The definition of resilience, I think, is also important for us to at least understand how we can define resilience, enable for us to be even more, to be even stronger. And in this short little workshop, my key is to also impart to you 2 key mindsets, so that you can at least apply it, use it, and apply it for you to become more resilient as well. All right, so this is James Packer. Okay, I just want to do a check. Do any of you know or recognize this gentleman called James Packer? Okay, here I see a no. All right, so James Packer is actually an Australian. He's so a lot of people think that if I'm rich and I'm successful, I'll be resilient. Okay, but so this Mr. James Packer, right? He is really rich. Okay, he is worth actually $2.9 billion. Okay, that's a lot of money, right? So but he's quitting. Okay, so he is actually an individual who runs a casino in Australia. If I'm not mistaken, I think in 2018, in June period, he actually quit from all the boards and all the different industries, citing mental health issues. Okay, so he actually quit from all the different companies, and he went to see a psychiatrist to get help. Right. So it is not just about us; it's every one of us that can be at risk. All right. So it's not just the rich or the poor, but every one of us. So we need to be mentally strong from that perspective. So I hope that all of us, as we go through resilience and we learn about resilience, right, once in a while we can also learn how to unplug ourselves, right, from the busyness of our work, right, like this what this picture shows, and able to find peace in our heart as well. I think resilience, it is a very powerful tool that we can apply every day and any time, and for us to be as happy as a little frog here. I think that's really fun. I'd just like you to spend a bit of time and maybe just type into the chat, right? What is your definition from your own perspective, right? I hope that you can share with me. What is your definition of resilience? What comes to your mind? Okay, I'll give you 1 or 2 minutes for you to think about it. Just for some of you to, or all of you, in fact, it would be great to type in your definition of resilience, please. Thank you. Emotionally from Joanne, thank you. Emotionally stable and secure, really good, thank you. Able to recover quickly, goal-driven, able to tide over situation, yes, that's right. Manage challenging situations, thank you. Don't give up despite setbacks, yes. Bounce back from setbacks, thank you, Agnes, thank you, Nicole, Valerie, Stephanie, to be able to rebound, yes. I hear a lot, okay, good, I see a lot of rebound back, spring back, bounce back, very good. Difficult situations, recover. Yes, I think Muhammad, yeah, just recently able to withstand pressure and blend ourselves to the environment. Flexibility, that's really good. Flexibility, thank you. Rachel for that. Ability to change, ST, okay, good, thank you. So I'll just share with you that you will learn 3 key ways to learn all 3 as well. Okay, here's a few more. Adaptability, the capability to recover quickly from difficulties, remaining positive in the face of adversity. Excellent, thank you. All right, so if you have a piece of pen or paper, or or pencil or paper, you can write this one. The definition of resilience is written in 3 points, and we call it BAR, right? Like a bar. You raise the bar, the higher the more you can, the higher the bar it goes up, the stronger and the better we become. Okay, so the first one you may want to write is, as mentioned by a lot of you here, is the ability to bounce back after disappointment or setback. I think that's one point that a lot of you have mentioned. That's really good. The ability to bounce. I'll let you give time to write that down. So it goes like this, right? A lot of times people can see success, but they don't see the challenges. There are times that we go down here, when we crash here, the troubles of keep going up the slope. So a lot of times what we need to do, what we need to be able to do is that we need to be able to bounce back from challenges, from setbacks. And there will be many in our lives. COVID-19 will just be another example of what's happening in the world. So life will change when I change. I think all of us will agree to that. Life will change when I change. I think that's an important aspect. But I would like you to think about this as well. And what comes to your mind, right? When we see this, life will continue to change even if I don't change. So what does that mean if I choose not to change and life is continuing to change? What's the effect of that to me? Okay, I'd like to invite you to think about that and maybe just share down some of your thoughts. Okay, got answer there, very good. For Muhammad, Yasri is got to adapt to the change, very good. So what happens if I don't change? What if I don't adapt? I think that's the key concern that now we're facing, right? What if I don't adapt? What's the impact on me? Things will just get worse. Thank you, Karin. Get left behind. Yeah, that's right. Okay, Chia. Lagging behind. Eddie, thank you. Yeah. So that's right. So these are some of the risks that can happen, right? If continue to change, Jenny said frog in the well. Very good. It will affect the environment too and our loved ones, especially from Murana V, I think. Cannot catch up, cannot adapt, outdated. That's right. So you can see, right, this is an important area that is about resilience, right? That if we don't continue to change and we don't adapt, we will be left behind. Okay, and I used to conduct a lot of workshops, even now doing helping PMETs find jobs, right? And one of the key things that they realize as a reflection on hindsight is that I wish I reskilled myself. I wish that I've gone to learn new knowledge, new competencies, right? So sometimes being in our comfort zone is not a really good deal. Okay, so we need to be able to adapt. So let's have this fun, let's do this little fun quiz. All right, it's just for fun, huh? Who or what has the biggest impact on digitization in your company? Okay, number 1. Is it your chief technology officer? Number 2, is it your chief information officer? Number 3, is it my mother-in-law? Or number 4, COVID-19? So which answer comes to your mind? Which one is it? 1, 2, 3, or 4 has the biggest impact to your company on digitization? Okay, I'm just going to flash out to the screen the number of answers. I think you can see from there. Moving into another screen, you can see there's a lot of 4 for COVID-19. Okay. Some has 2 and 3 as well. Mother-in-law, okay. I don't know why mother-in-law came in, but okay. Some of you may have mother-in-law also helping you to digitize in your family, in your work. But I think the key point, like what we want to talk about, right, is that, yes, the biggest impact of digitalization in my company is COVID-19, which is about the change, right? Some of you put, I think one or two of you put point number 1, okay, the chief technology or chief information officer, point number 2, but we realize it actually is something big that need to change. Even though every organization is asking us to digitize, to change, even the government, But being in our comfort zone is a natural thing that will happen, and that's a risk. Okay, at the same time, that's also a risk. So sometimes being forced to adapt, I think one of your friends just mentioned it, could be the way to go. But of course, no one likes to be forced. So I think it's for us to think forward, to plan in ahead, and to have this mindset of adapting, right? Being open to change. Even for us at Aventis, right? We realize we're doing this. Yes, even before COVID-19, doing online training is not the way, right? So even for Aventis, for ourselves, you notice now we're doing more online training. So that is the way that we need to adapt to the current situation. So number one, we talked about, which is the B, which is the ability to bounce back after disappointment or setback. So then number two is the ability to be adaptable when change occurs. Okay, I think this is very important as we realize in our own experience with this COVID-19, right? That we got to adapt from working from home, adapt from working from home with our family members around us. Okay, so I have 4 children, so you can imagine, right? Them fight. We all of 6 of us, the two working parents and 4 children, fighting for space to do Zoom meetings with schools, with their study groups, for us in work, right? So it is always, and then fighting for resources as well, for laptops or desktops, right? So we need to adapt to the situation, even at home as we work from home as well. I'm sure all of you are also facing that as well. So that's point number 2, the A, right? Force the ability to adapt when change occurs. And the last one, I think, is also just as important, is this thing called the ability to re-engineer ourselves, which is the R, right? So point number 3, actually to me, is the foundation for B and A. If we can continuously have this mindset that we need to re-engineer ourselves, keep always challenging our mindset, right? Having paradigm shifts. COVID-19, what they call it, the new norm now, right? So my youngest daughter had just gone to school today wearing the mask. She said, do I need to wear it the whole day? The answer is yes. So that's the new norm for her as well, right? Being able to bounce back. So the being able to bounce back and being adaptable is a function of how fast you can re-engineer yourself as well. Okay, so continue to have this mindset, the BAR. So we created an acronym for you so that it's easier for you as well to understand and to remember resilience. I'm going to show you a short little video now. This video is by Dr. Ellie Cham. She's from Stanford University. All right. So in an actual workshop, we will break you up into smaller virtual rooms and then for you to have a discussion. But of course, for today, because it's a webinar, I do encourage you to just write down a few points because she does have a lot of good points. It's a few minutes video. So do have a piece of paper to write down some key points that you think you can learn from that. And then from there, just type out 1 or 2 points in the chat group later. So I'm going to show you the video right now. Okay, I hear you. Sorry. Let me figure it out again. Okay. I apologize for that. Can you hear now? Okay, thank you. Thanks for the feedback.
Our minds aren't passive observers, simply perceiving reality as it is. Our minds actually change reality. In other words, the reality that we will experience tomorrow is a product of the mindsets we hold today. Our mindsets come from many places. Our mindsets about stress come from our upbringing and the words of encouragement we may or may not have heard. Our mindsets about what it means to be fit and beautiful are a product of the cultures that we live in. Every day, marketing and advertising shapes our mindsets about what is good, worthy, or exciting to eat And influential doctors and health scientists have an uncanny authority to craft how healthy we expect ourselves to be. I study mindsets like these and how they impact our physical health. Thousands of clinical trials have shown that simply taking a sugar pill under the impression that it's a real medication can reduce not just our anxiety and pain, but lower our blood pressure, boost our immune system. Placebos work not just by making us say we feel better, but by triggering, activating a whole host of specific neurobiological effects. Holding the mindset that a pill or medication will relieve your anxiety, for example, activates the body's parasympathetic nervous system. The power, of course, is not in the sugar. The power comes from the social contexts that shape our mindsets in ways that activate our body's natural healing abilities. And the dirty secret of all clinical trials is that once the trial is said and done, the placebo effect remains, not as something to be subtracted or ignored, not as some magical or mysterious response to a sugar pill, but the psychological and social foundation, the support system on which the total effect of any drug or therapy is placed. These principles apply to health behaviors as well. Hotel room attendants, for example, get a substantial amount of physical activity throughout their day of work, but typically don't think of their work as good exercise. What we've found in our research is that a simple shift in mindset, from the mindset that their work is just work, to the mindset that their work is good exercise, produces physiological changes in the body. After just 4 weeks of adopting the mindset that their work is good exercise, hotel room attendants lost weight and lowered their blood pressure by 10 points. What this means is that objective health benefits, things like a healthy heart and a healthy weight, depend not just on what we're doing, but what we think about what we do. The same is true for food. In this study, we gave people the exact same milkshake, but with 2 very different labels. What we found is that when people thought they were in the mindset that the shake was indulgent and caloric, their body's hunger hormone ghrelin dropped at a 3-fold rate, speeding up their metabolism and leaving them feeling physiologically satiated.
Okay, so that's the video. Can I encourage you to share some of what are 1 or 2 learnings that you have gained from the little short chat by sharing by Dr. Ellie Cham from Stanford University on how the mindset and health are related? Okay, for Li Xuan, he says all in the mind. What you think is what you become. It's all about the mindset from Eunice. It's all in the mind. Very good, Serene. What do you think about the positive effect of the outcome? Our mind changed reality. Very good. Marketing and advertising shape our mind. That's very, really, very true. Our mindset shapes our beliefs. What you think is what you get. Right? Mindsets can affect mental health. Yes, that's very, very true. And change the way we perceive reality. Set of attitudes held by someone. Someone has great influence over our mind. A healthy mindset is not what we do, but what we think we do. That's right. Thank you, Jaslyn. Our brain can change based on our change of mindset mentality. Okay, good. So I think we all kind of got the message from Dr. Ellie Cham. Thank you for sharing, all of you. I think I really appreciate it about the mindset. Right? I think the greatest example that we have is about the placebo effect. Okay, the placebo effect is what we talk about, right? It's just sugar pill, right? And you can see from what Dr. Ellie Cham said, sugar pill can actually, just taking that can actually reduce our anxiety and pain. I'm not sure about you, but for me, right, when I was sick, when I see a doctor, right, after seeing the doctor and after putting the small little pill into my mouth, I somehow feel a lot better, almost immediately, right? Somehow or another, the effect of seeing the doctor and taking a medicine gives us a strong effect that we're going to get better very much faster. So the placebo creates this effect on us, and it affects our parasympathetic nervous system, right? So it makes us feel all the different ways on how we can get better. So the placebo effect, like what she was saying, the placebo effect is still there in the treatment. So it is the mindset. And then the last part is the drug, the true effect of the drugs. So the placebo creates a stronger effect on the healing process as well. That's one example that she shared. The second example she shared is about on our health and wealth, right? Health-wise, she used the hotel attendants. When they think that work is just work here versus work is exercise, the effect on their health is also different. Work is just work, it's not much different. When work is health, exercise, they actually lost weight and the heart rate dropped, sorry, the blood pressure to be exact dropped. So that has a positive effect on them, on health. What about food, right? They use the same milkshake, but they call it differently, different branding, right? When they think that it's just for it's a diet milkshake, they still feel hungry, still hungry. When they say that this is an indulgent milkshake, just telling them that and they're thinking about it, right? It means that I'm satisfied. So you can see, right, it is how much our perception of our mind, of reality affects us. Therefore, in resilience, you need to realize that actually a lot of times it's what we say to ourselves or what we allow people to program into us. In NLP, you call Neuro-Linguistic Programming, right? What we allow people to program into us as well. And therefore, we got to be very careful, right? That's why you notice, right, in the title is Mindset Transform the Human Experience, which is your experience, my experience. Therefore, in all of us to be resilient, right, in this harsh environment right now that all of us are facing, yes, we have a subconscious and unconscious mind. That's right as well. Some of you are mentioning, still typing, very good. Thank you for sharing. Yes. So our belief systems go straight into our subconscious mind. And then once it's been programmed, it takes a while to reprogram it, but we can by challenging the belief system that we have as well. So therefore, whether life is good or bad, it still depends on me or you. Okay, depends how you perceive it. But that's the key thing. It all depends on the person, you, on your mindset, on your beliefs, on your reality. Okay. So the next slide I'm going to show to you, I would like to invite you also to get a piece of paper to draw 3 concentric circles. One small one like the green, one blue, second circle, and a big circle. And you can write in the title there, Locus of Control and Influence. Right? So inside there, for the small little circle, for the green one, can you write down what I can control and can influence? Okay, so the green is what I can control and can influence. The blue is what I cannot control but can influence. And the last, what I cannot control and cannot influence. And I would like you to think about it and just type down onto the chat group again, onto the chat there. What is an example of something that is the small little green one? What I can control and can influence. Could you just think about it right now? What comes to your mind? Myself. Green is us. Very good. Thank you. Yansri, Esther, Seng, thank you. Own thinking. Karine, thank you. Diet. Yes, our own diet. That's right. Thoughts and actions. Blue is others. Thank you. Blue is others from Karine as well. Lifestyle. I guess mentality. I guess we're talking about our mentality. Okay. Just I just share some of the thoughts that you have written there. Okay. Great. That's absolutely right. So the green is, yes, and someone said, Yasri said race environment. Yeah. Okay, so the green is something like this. My thoughts, my beliefs, my emotions, and my responses. Okay, I think that's a key element that we must always embrace. It is not, first thing first, it's called responses. It is not reaction. Because in in responses, there is actually a pause there that allows our cognitive mind to do the thinking. A reaction is more instinctive, more unconscious. Okay, so that's one thing that I can do. Okay, so what about the blue? The blue, what I cannot control but can influence. Are there any thoughts on that? What I cannot control but can influence. My weight. You cannot control but can influence my weight. Okay, other people's mindset, my upbringing, other people, my boss. Yeah, very good, William Tay, very good. I like that mindset, my boss. Very good. Anything else? People. Thank you. Those my near and dear ones. Thank you for hiring people around me and the environment. Very excellent. Okay, so the blue is something like this, right? Other people, thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and responses. My colleagues, Eddie has a boyfriend and girlfriend. Very good. Joseph is colleagues. Camille is external noises. Yep. Okay, so the blue is this, right? Other people, thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. Then what about red? What I cannot control and cannot influence then? What is an example of that? What is something that I cannot control and cannot influence? Earthquakes, very good. Gwendolyn, earthquake, definitely we cannot control the earthquake. The law, okay, yeah, to a certain extent, I believe that's true. Natural elements, the environment, okay, good, thank you. I think we all kind of understand that. So these are really big areas that's out of our control. The weather, yes, Jesse, thank you. So the weather, the tide, or inflation, Jia say inflation, okay, external environment, world economy, okay, probably most of us won't be able to do that unless you work at the Fed or ECB, maybe you could do something about it. And time, right? Increase in prices, COVID-19, yeah, that's right, thank you. So these are examples as well. Salary, okay, Cindy say salary. I hope salary will fall under the blue than the red. Okay, it should be something that we can't control but can influence. Let's hope for that mindset to have. Okay, great. So okay, natural disasters as well. Okay, good, thank you. So another example. So let's continue with this first. So this was one workshop which I conducted, and this lady, I think she gave a very insightful thing. She said, what I can control and can influence is my present, the present moment of the actions that I take. That's why she said my present. The blue is what I cannot control but can influence is my future, right? So it's my future as well. So that's what she said, right? And what I cannot control and cannot influence is my past. I think that's a very lovely way to put it from her perspective, right? And in any of us here who know the past, I like about this because the past, we should always remember the Frozen song, to let it go. Because as part of resilience as well, sometimes we ruminate too much on the past, or we ruminate too much into the future, thinking of what about the future, thinking worry too much, or we can't let go of the past. All right. So at least from here, we want to be able to understand that if we have this mindset that I can have influence and control over my own current thoughts, beliefs, and emotion and responses, we should be able to have a better way to release the issues from the past, and even maybe to lessen the worries, so long as we take the correct actions right now. So as you can see the circle here, okay, the circle is getting from the smaller blue to the larger blue. I also like us to be able to have this mindset that we can also increase our influence sphere as well. Okay, I think that's an element. So you may want to draw a little line, a circle to expand the blue circle there, so they can grow and have this mindset that you cannot control it, but you can definitely influence your colleagues, your bosses, even your salary from that perspective as well. Okay, great. So in the actual workshop, you will learn 9 so-called, I call it aha moments, right? Aha moments that were able for you to strengthen your resilience portion. So in today's workshop, we'll be learning 2. The first one is what we call I can control and influence my thoughts, my beliefs, and my responsibilities. So I'd like to invite you to write that down as well. You'll be surprised, right, with this. If we have this paradigm shift into this perspective, it gives us this thing called power back. Because in the course of my many coaching sessions that I do and workshops that I conduct, when someone is blaming something else, actually what happens is that they lose the power to claim back responsibility, the power to take action, the power to feel empowered. And that's about resilience as well. So I hope that all of us here can also have this mindset that, at least I can control and influence myself, my thoughts, my beliefs, my responses, and that gives me power. I'm going to let you watch another video. This is the second aha moment that I would like to share with all of you. And again, this is on becoming a mother, right? So same thing again, please watch and just maybe write down some of the things that you can pick it up from here that is helping her to become more resilient as well. Okay, let me check on the video sound first. Okay, great. You cannot see the screen. I just want to do a check. Can you all see the screen? Someone mentioned that cannot see the screen. No, cannot see the screen. Oh gosh, what's happening? Okay, hold on. Where is the window? I apologize. There's so many screens here that I can't see which one is it now. Where is it? Okay. Can you see now? Okay. Great. I'm not sure what happened just now. Okay, so
1, 2, 3. 1, 2。
对于我的2个女儿啊，那个大的，她生出来的时候鼻子尖尖，眼睛大大，对她的将来就是感觉到很美好。
好，我们打算再多一个。
第2个女儿出生后，医生说她有大头的问题，后来发现到有先天性的癫痫又弱智，2个孩子往后的人生那么的不一样。
用填缝吧。几岁？20几？20去年呢？今年几岁？多1岁几岁？26多1岁几岁？26嘞。After 26什么？27岁哈。是几岁不知道啊。
小时候我也不会跟兄弟姐妹打架的嘞，但是我说到50多岁我居然会跟我的女儿打架。我老实讲，我真的过后我很内疚，因为老实讲我是很排斥暴力的人，但是我觉得有时候就是他一直在挑战我的极限。有时候我常常叫自己不要去理他，有时候他发脾气的时候，我是说我会把自己锁在房间里面，有时候真的是气到自己锁在房间里面哭。我们都在气头上的时候，有时候我会想说，不然我死了算了。有时候我就很生气，我想不然我不要给他吃药，让他走了算了。但是当他癫痫发作的时候，我的心就是绞痛，我就想说 OK， 只要他平安度过不用紧，他跟我发脾气不用紧，他不听话不用紧，就是我只要他还活着，我可以看到他，这样就够了。家里有癌症的遗传因子，那个时候老实讲很辛苦。我中了癌症，如果我走了，我妈妈又要面对失去亲人的痛，难道小女儿我要托付给谁？那时候小弟他也叫人装了那个1000多块的净水器给我用，那还骗我说只有几百块而已。连大弟弟也买那个抗癌的保健药让我用，很感恩妈妈兄弟姐妹来帮我，让我挨过去了。 所以我现在改变了一个生活方式，我就是现在看到楼下的人在运动一种那个五行操，我觉得不错，我就跟他们讲说 OK， 我可以参加你们吗？每天运动，然后拜我就打太极，太极我打了好几年了。那个时候过后，我觉得我的心情好很多，我比较没有这么忧郁。老实讲，我的人生很多风浪，有一些是天意，有一些是人为。我觉得只要每天早上起来，我能够睁开眼睛，我就是多赚了一天。我希望我的大女儿能够好好的经营自己的家庭。然后 Betty 的问题，因为至少我现在有很多 helper， 她的 DK 老师也很配合我，他听我讲 Betty 在家里的问题，他也尽量配合我。所以老实讲呢，真的很感恩。我也不再追求完美的家庭，我觉得真正的完美是如何用平常的心去面对和处理所有的问题。我也并不要求自己是完美的妈妈。
Okay, so I'd like to invite you again just to type out 1 or 2 learnings that you have gained from this video. Yes, it's very touching. I think it's the power of love. I think that's one thing that I picked up from that. Respect. Yes, thank you, Joseph. Yes. So from the mother, right? She has two major setbacks, which is the child and cancer. So she's gone through very, very big challenges, major setbacks. But what is it that picked her up? What is it that kept her going? Okay, here acceptance. I see adaptability, lower expectations. Yes, Geraldine, thank you for being the perfection. Do not aim for perfection. Yes, very good. Positive in dealing with all. She changed her mindset. Shift in mindset can shift the lifestyle. Do not expect perfection. Be positive. She was not depressed anymore. Brave and great mom. Love and acceptance. We may not be able to control what life presents to us, but we can decide how to react. That's excellent. Thankfulness goes a long way. Yes, your mother was very thankful. Contentment, be contented, positive. Okay, great. Excellent. Thank you for sharing one and all. Yes, so a few more. Okay, she is focused on how to stay calm, right, and how to deal with the problem, right? She dared to step out of a situation, right? That's good. Thank you. So as you can see, right, the mom has gone through two big setbacks or 2 big challenges in her life. One was the second daughter, right, Betty. And then one was the fact that along the way, she realized she had cancer. Okay. So many things that all of you shared was able to help her as well to become better. One of it was acceptance. Acceptance, right? About this thing about not being about perfection, having a perfect family and being grateful, right? She said being very grateful for the things that she has in her life. So she had what she wrote, what she did, she changed her lifestyle, right? She exercised. When she exercised, you notice she said she did Tai Chi. She said she don't feel I don't feel depressed anymore. I think if you do enough research, you realize that when you exercise, right, your heart is moving. You actually create a lot of good positive chemicals in your body. Serotonin, for example, is one, right? So it keeps the body feeling good. You may not like the time when you're exercising, for those of you who do long runs or aerobics, right? But after the exercise, the feel-good effect is always there, okay? Number 2 is family support, right? Someone put there, so that's right. She had the support of her brothers, right? The brother to continue to support her, take care of her, bought her the alkaline water, for example. Even for organizations, right? When I did an organization for one of the stat boards, as we talk about resilience, the OD manager said, can you spend some time to talk about how to create peer support in the company, right? Because I think that's an element that we are there, many people, our friends are there, but do we create the element that we feel safe to share, right? So the element of resilience, also we must also know why that one of the key things you may consider is, do you have loved ones or colleagues that you can depend on, that you can share your thoughts when you are stressed? Bottling up or distracting yourself, it is definitely not the way to go. Okay, so if you come for the one-day workshop, you learn a little bit more about this thing called distraction cycle and how terrible it can be to an individual. Okay, and then you need to find ways to cope with it. Gratefulness, she also shared about that, right? And this thing about, she said, gratefulness, eye open. Every day I can wake up, my eyes open is one day being alive. And she also shared about this thing about perfection, that letting go of perfection, to stay calm and to deal with life. Very good. Okay, someone talk about, yes, meditation. Meditation, deep breathing is also definitely a powerful way to be more resilient as well. So, of course, for me, when I talk about this, there are many tools that she shared, that all of you have shared as well. I think also is the overarching about this video comes to my mind is this thing called the why. The why. Why does she want to continue to pick herself up every single time that she faces a setback, right? And I think all of us can kind of agree that it's probably one of the main reasons is a family, especially Betty, the second daughter, right? So it's something that we can, someone say, purpose in life, or the why, right, is along the same theme. So if you are clearer about your why in your life, why are you in your organization? Because this is resilience at work. Why are you working for your organization? If you can align your personal values, your personal goals with the organizational values and goals, that's really wonderful, right? If that's not possible, then find another why. What other reasons could you be there working there for? Is it to provide the stability for your family? Then that could also be a very strong and valid reason, right? So therefore, the number 2, the aha moment that I'd like to share for you today is this. The stronger my why, the easier the how. Just like for the mother. When she had a strong purpose in life of the why she must continue to pick herself up every day, the easier it is for her to keep going. I didn't say it's easy. The word is easier. Okay. I think we all know that in resilience, we just need to pick ourselves up each time we get knocked down. Okay. So that's the second one. The stronger the why, the easier the how. So this is all I have for this resilience segment. And I would like you now to just spend a bit of time. I think in any workshop, even in the webinar, right, we should spend some time to reflect and apply. I think the key thing is we attend many workshops, we gain many knowledge. But if we don't apply back to in life, then actually it is a wasted opportunity. So I would like you to spend some time to think, what is one key insight and learning that you have gained in today's webinar? And really, I of course, do encourage you to think something that you can also apply right away as well. Right? So I'd like to spend some time to think and maybe just key in things. What is one key insight? Toleration, I hear that. Thank you. The mind is very powerful. Yeah, that's a great learning there. So make sure we use it well. What is one key? Never give up. Agnes, thank you. Any other thoughts? You only live once. Mind over body. Thank you. Or a lot fast and furious now. Let's not give up. Change your mind. Be adaptable. Shift your perceptions. Thank you. Be positive. Know our why. Yes, very good. Ability to change and adapt. Positive mindset. Great. Thank you. Be accepting of what's happening in my life. Take up exercising. Take up exercise. Yeah, that's right. Very good. Stay strong. Never give up. Be resilient. Thank you. No impulsive response. Pause. Right. Thank you. Even very nice. Respond. Okay. So, if you come for the one-day workshop, definitely we will spend more time for reflection, for discussion, and for you to also learn from yourself and from others, right, on this thing about resilience and how we can pick ourselves up even faster every day. Okay, some of you keep saying, some of you are still writing, there will always be challenges in life. What differs is how we move on and how we find solution. Thank you, very good. There is a why, have a why that is bigger than my problem. Yeah, very good. So that problem will look smaller than my goals, which is the why, bracket why. Thank you. So Aventis, for those of you who have come to come for the first time. We have been doing this since conducting workshops and training since 2018, and we have won many awards, right? Award-winning corporate training awards provided in 2018, 2019 as well. And for the resilience workshop itself, I just want to share that you also do a resilience profile to at least understand your own resilience, where you stand. There will be many discussion and sharing, because I always believe that as adult learners, it's really about drawing the essence and reflection and talking and sharing, not just one-way conversations. Case studies will be used. You'll be given case studies, which is reflected in the videos as well. You share, and then we're using the framework of some resilience. You also use that, right, to see how it can be applied. A lot of the videos that I use are local Singaporeans that go through many challenges in their life. And the videos and the case studies are meant to also inspire all of us here, right? So that we can choose, and in Singapore, if these Singaporeans can go through these challenges, so much far challenging than us, I'm sure we can also do it. Okay, so that we also in the point number 4 and 5, there will be reflections as well along the way, and also we're watching videos, so it's not just PowerPoint slides as well. So the next emotional resilience workshop is on the 17th of June, which is this coming month. So if you are keen, you can scan the QR code there, and then you can also get a 20% discount by when you say live, when you key in the code called live20. So I'll be here. I will stay on if you have any other questions, if you have any other things that you'd like to talk to me about on resilience. So if not, right, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for attending this resilience workshop, and I do hope that you have gained some insights and learnings that will help you to become more resilient as well. So once again, on behalf of Aventis and myself, thank you very much for attending and joining us for today. Thank you. Thank you very much for your comments. So I'll be around until if any of you have any queries, you can private message me or something, or you can wait until majority of people are left, then we can have a conversation as well.